Hey guys, sorry there was no videos last week. I became very busy and because of E3 and work, I just wasn't able to get things done. But thankfully, I'm back this week with even more amazing content to come. And I thought we'd start off with some E3 stuff. I was going to make a huge Friday video on E3, but it just couldn't happen due to copyright issues and all of that dumb stuff. So I thought I'd make kind of a first impressions video, but in the form of a top 10. So, to begin off, let's start off with some games that I didn't put in the list, but I want to talk about. First off, The Division. Still looks amazing, and I cannot believe, like, the multiplayer in this game. They showed off some of the multiplayer, and I am loving it. The fact that you can, like, turn on your teammates at the end to get more loot is brilliant, but it does have its backfires. I also love that. The Division is looking like it's going to be an amazing game built for me. Next up, Star Fox. Game I wanted to put in the list, but there was just so many other things I wanted in there that I had more to talk about. But it's Star Fox. It's amazing. I'm gonna be happy for it, so I decided not to put it in the list. It's great, and I'm gonna get it, and it's going to be amazing, but yeah, sorry it's not in the list. And lastly is No Man's Sky. Again, blown away by this game. Every time I see something new in this game, it just blows me away. It's like he's showing it off and he's just like, yeah, this is where we are right now. This is the little planet. You just zoom out, keep going, and he just doesn't stop. It's huge. Oh my god. No Man's Sky, it looks amazing and I cannot wait to play it. But with those out of the way, let's actually hop into the games. Starting off with number 10. Sea of Thieves, that is number 10, and I'm really hyped for this game. It's a new Rare game that's not Connect Sports or something stupid, and it looks great. The first thing that came to mind when I saw it was nothing beats a good old pirate game. I love pirate games. I love Sid Meier's Pirates and Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and I'm not a huge fan of Assassin's Creed games, but Black Flag hit me because of the pirates. Arrgh. I love it, and I can't wait to play it, especially since it's huge, open world, multiple people can play, and you have teammates who help you run the ship, and you can drive it, or you can shoot, or you can run the masts. That's what it looks like. It looks like, I forget what it's called, but it's the one where you fly a blimp and you fight other people in a PvP kind of thing, and one people has to repair the mast while the other people shoot and repair all the other stuff, and then one person gets to drive. It looks like it's gonna be like that, and I can't wait for it. But let's move on to the next one, which kind of has to do with this. Number 9, Rare Replay. If I can sit down and get Conker's Bad Fur Day for less than $70, I'm a happy man. But never mind that, getting 29 other games on top of that, including Banjo-Kazooie and Perfect Dark and Killer Instinct, and just so much more. I keep wanting to say other ones that I'm not sure if they're in there. I know GoldenEye isn't in there, and I'm not sure if Diddy Kong Racing is in there, but there's tons of more great Rare games that I love, and I want it so bad. I'm also assuming Donkey Kong 64 is not going to be in there since Rare doesn't own the Donkey Kong characters. So, Rare Replay, $30, 30 games, amazing deal, I cannot wait. The Fractured But Whole, number 8. The Fractured But Whole is number 8 more specifically, and it's the new South Park game. It's based on Coon and Friends, and oh, it's based on Coon and Friends. I love Coon and Friends. Basically, I played Stick of Truth, and I beat it almost 100%. I missed a few of the Chin Pokemon that you can only get once, and if you go buy them, then you can't get them anymore. But I almost 100%ed it, and that game was amazing, and it instantly made me go and watch all, what, 12, 13 seasons, I can't even remember, 14 maybe seasons of South Park. I watched them straight. I took like a week, and I just watched them straight. And now I can't wait for Fractured But Whole, because there's going to be so much stuff in the background and all these different things that I'm going to get, and it's going to be hilarious. And I love the first game. It was so funny. The combat was okay and simplistic, and they said that they're going to make the combat more crazy, but I hope they don't make it too crazy because, you know, sometimes simplistic is good, especially when your game is kind of revolved more around the comedy and the story of it in general anyways. So, I can't wait for Fractured Butthole. Sounds weird to say. Can't wait for Fractured Butthole. Now, number 7 is the HoloLens. This thing just, it blew my mind. I'm on the fence about this thing because you look at the Minecraft and you look at it and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing. It's on the table, I'm playing with it, but on the other hand, from what I understand, using it is a little bit different. The field of view is just not the same. You have like a cutoff and you're kind of cut off on the top and cut off on the bottom, so it kind of looks weird. I heard this from people who were looking at the Halo event that had the HoloLens, and that's another thing. I want to see what the HoloLens will be doing for other games, because like for Minecraft, yeah, it's cool. You're not really playing using Minecraft. You're just kind of, you got like this Lego thing in front of you, which is cool, and it's kind of like an overview map, but you're not really playing the game. You're kind of just following someone. Like, I can't imagine what that would be like if the other person that he was following wasn't in the game. But that's for another time. Now, the Halo event, from my understanding, was you sat down, you put on the HoloLens. First off, you sat down, you got like an optometrist to like check your eyes, and you would put your eyes in this weird machine, and then it measured it, and then it measured the HoloLens to you, and you put the HoloLens on after that. So that on its own is kind of ridiculous. And then after that, it was kind of like you sat down and you got a briefing from a Spartan, like a holographic Spartan in front of you. And that's really cool, but that's not a game. What can the HoloLens do as a game? Because having it as a TV on my wall, cool, but VR can really do that better. Like, VR isn't required to have good lighting. It isn't, like, I can imagine the HoloLens being like, oh yeah, here's a TV on the wall, but because of the lighting in your room, you can't see it anyways. Get what I'm saying here? The HoloLens has a lot of things I'm not sure about yet. But doesn't matter that it still blew my mind and looked amazing. I didn't expect them to have a live demo this early. But let's move on to the next thing. So the one thing from the Nintendo Direct that actually surprised me is going to be number 6. That is Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. This kind of just came out of nowhere, and I haven't heard a huge reaction from people. It's Paper Mario! I love Paper Mario. It's not a Wii U Paper Mario, but it's still a Paper Mario, and it gets me excited, especially with the mix of Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario. You know it's going to have a good EXP system, it's going to have a good battle system, it's going to feel great, and it's going to be hilarious because Mario and Luigi have always had this great comedically written story, and mixing that with the Paper Mario universe is going to be great. Already seeing some of the babber between Bowser and Paper Bowser was hilarious, and I can't wait to see what else we're going to get to hear and what kind of villains we're going to get to see. It's going to be great, and I cannot wait to play this game. It's definitely up there on my list of things that I'm excited for right now. Now, number 5 isn't a game. Truthfully, it's a controller. The Xbox One Pro controller basically does things that I've been wanting for a long time. Now, the main thing is the buttons on the back for me. Well, actually that's kind of second main, is the buttons on the back. Modded controllers have done this for a while, and as someone who played video games professionally a while back, it's really important, especially as a Halo player. You never want to take your fingers off of these analog sticks, and having to take them off to jump or reload or melee, it sucks because you can't aim anymore while you're pressing these buttons. You gotta take your thumb off and press it, and now you're no longer aiming, unless you're playing like Crab Claw or some crap. But the buttons on the bottom fix that, because your fingers naturally sit here, so you can just press it, and it's amazing. I love the idea. Now, the most important part of it, remapping. it doesn't just help us players, it helps developers. Developers don't have to focus on crazy button commands, like making multiple different button variants and all these kind of other things. They can have one default layout, and if you don't like that default layout, you just change your controller. You literally just, okay, A, that's now B. A, well, actually, I want you as Y. Right bumper, you can be B. Like, why haven't we had this? Why? Button remapping. Keyboards and PC have had this forever, and I'm glad we're getting it now on console. It's very important and amazing. Also, I love the customization, being able to take off analog sticks, all that. It'll open a huge new market to customize controllers. And the hair trigger thing, I'm not too... I'd have to try it. But overall, I love it. It's amazing, and I cannot wait to try one. But to try one, I have to get an Xbox One. And these next few games are really what's going to make me want to try an Xbox One. Number 4 is Gears 4. And speaking of the Xbox One. Now, I'm really interested in this game and seeing where it goes, because Gears of War 3 ended the series. So, in reality, this should probably be titled Gears, or like Gears, not Gears of War, have its own kind of title, but then I think they lose trademarks on Gears of War, and it kind of confuses people on stuff. So I'm not sure, and it could also just be a continuation on to Gears 3. Maybe they go out into space and find a new planet, because from what I'm understanding, Gears 4 does not take place on the same planet as Gears of War, because the planet in Gears of War only had one moon, and the planet that was shown in the beta has 2 moons. So I'm really interested in seeing where the story for this game goes. There is a crazy amount of like story that they can do with this, and I'm really interested. I also want to see what the multiplayer is like, because I was huge into Gears of War 2 multiplayer, game battles, MLG, like playing against top tier MLG teams and actually like beating them, including the Insanes, NBN The Business, and teams like that. If you know Gears of War competitive teams, great time, and great time of my life. I love playing that game, and I can't wait to see what Gears 4 does. It seems like we're kind of just going in order now, because number 3 is Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, this would be higher, but there's 2 other games that really got me excited. Now, I love Kingdom Hearts, but I don't know if I love it enough to buy a PS4 for it. That's the hard part. There's another game I haven't talked about yet that kind of makes me want to get a PS4, but I want an Xbox One more, so I don't have a lot of money. Now, I love everything they've shown. The game looks amazing. It looks HD. It looks crazy, and they still haven't shown enough, though. That's another reason it's not that much higher. They've shown a lot more at E3, but there hasn't been too much in characters or maps or areas. They've really only kind of shown off one area, which was the Tangled one, which was an interesting choice. I have to watch that movie, I guess, now. But there is a lot that we still need to know before I can get super excited for this game. It looks amazing. It's Kingdom Hearts, so I'm excited for it. You should all know that. I got the Keyblade hanging up on the wall over there. That's why you don't see it anymore. It's on a wall that I don't like to show in my videos. But it's there, and I love it, and I can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3. But let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is probably the one game I love more than Kingdom Hearts, and that's Halo. Halo 5 has blown me away. Giant mechs and 4-player co-op, and Buck's back as a Spartan instead of an ODS team. How can you not love that? But more importantly, the multiplayer they showed off is amazing. The idea of having a, 16 versus 16 matchmaking, and then including AI bots in it is amazing, including the fact that sometimes AI bosses will come out, including like crazed hunters and stuff. Just seeing some of the matchmaking they were showing off and having some people I know telling me what the matchmaking was like when they tested it, I am really excited for how this game is going to play out, and I want it so bad. And playing the Halo 5 beta, it feels great, and I want it. I want to know more of the story, but I don't at the same time. I kind of want it to be a surprise. I love Halo. That's really it. That's all I need to tell you. I love Halo, and I want Halo 5, and that's why I want an Xbox One. So, that's it. On to number 1. You could probably guess what it is. Number 1 is The Last Guardian. If you didn't see this coming, I don't know what you expected to be here, because I love this game, and I've already mentioned it in a prior video. The Last Guardian is something that I've been excited for a long time. And by a long time, I mean since it was announced, like 7 years ago. I love Shadow of the Colossus. It is my favorite game for the PS2. Shadow of the Colossus, I mean, The Last Guardian, is something that got me really excited. I'm happy to see it at E3, and I'm happy to see gameplay of it, and know it's still alive, but I'm worried because we didn't get a date except for a year. We've gotten years before, so it may be delayed again. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that we get it, but it's probably gonna get delayed again. And I love it. I'm going to love that game, and I know it, but everyone who worked for Team Ico back when this was made probably doesn't work there anymore. They've probably quit, moved on to different jobs, gave up, whatever, retired. And there's probably new people working there now. It's been 7 years. But I have a belief that when this game was started, it was still being made by the people who made Shadow of the Colossus. The ideas, the concept, the story, it was made by those same people. And I hope that that carries over and the new people working there still follow that. And they learn from it, and then whatever comes after The Last Guardian will be just as amazing. It's going to be a great experience, an emotional experience that I think I'm going to love. It's obviously going to be an emotional experience due to the fact it's you and the Guardian, and that's it. I don't know what else is coming with this game. Nothing else has been announced. No enemies, no monsters. So I'm interested to see what else this game will give us. But till we have a release date, I'm just going to have to sit and wait and relax. And that's it. That is my E3 list. So, till then, I'll see you guys in the next video.